Hey, it's Tom with Symbol Surfing. It's Friday, and I can't help myself. I have to do a quick review of what I think is going on at GameStop, GME. They had earnings this week, as everyone watching this video probably knows. And by the way, our Symbol Surfing channel is growing. It's really starting to take off, and I want to thank all my subscribers. I really appreciate it. And by the way, if you like this video, please click the thumbs up, and I'd love to hear your thoughts in the comments as well. Okay, so what we're going to be talking about is obviously GameStop reported earnings this week on Tuesday. I want to look at three things: the pre-earnings price action, the post-earnings price action, and what's next. Okay, so here we go. The disclaimer: I am not a financial advisor, and this YouTube channel does not contain any kind of financial advice. All right, let's look at the chart. So this is the 1 year chart, and for what I want to show you guys, I want to look at the 3 month chart. Okay, so obviously the 3 month chart's got a 747% return, and it's just right? Okay, so but let's just take away these numbers off the left side. Let's just pretend this is just a chart that's moved from, you know, $25 to $45 or just something like that. Just for a moment, just imagine these numbers don't exist over here. If you're looking at a chart, or if I'm looking at a chart, what I'm looking at is the price and the 50-day and 200-day moving averages, as well as the earnings dates, this is the earnings date, this white line. So again, if I'm looking at it and I'm not looking at these numbers on the left or the actual return for a moment, just looking at the picture, I'm seeing that the price has been moving along here above both moving averages, great. And then something happened where it spiked up to a high, and then it sold off about, like a 50% retracement. And then it rallied right back up almost to that previous high. And then just something happened. It just sold right off, but higher than where it was before all this excitement. So as a few days, weeks go on, it was cruising above and slightly below the 50-day moving average, and then it started to move higher again and higher, and it moved far away from this 50-day moving average, and it almost basically was trying to hit these two previous highs. And then as earnings was coming up, this vertical white line, it started to sell off into the earnings. And let me just open up this real quick. I want to just highlight what I'm talking about the distance between the moving averages. This is like a huge distance between the moving averages. This is a huge difference between the moving averages. Right here is kind of what I call a sweet spot where maybe it's going to take off. And then when the price gets really far from moving averages, for me, that's kind of an indication that it can't sustain that distance and go even higher. Of course, anything's possible, but what I found is like eventually there's going to be profit taking. That's human nature, right? So going into this earnings now, we were selling off into this earnings. Okay, so let me just go back here. So we talked about the pre-earnings price action. All right, now I want to talk about the post-earnings price action. So I'm going to clear this. So now after the earnings, it sold off even more, and it hit a key point. It hit this 50-day moving average. And what I think is very powerful is that the stock price quickly bounced right back up. The buyers came in and quickly bought up the stock to the price of where it was basically before, or right around the earnings date price. And then over maybe the past couple of days, it's kind of just sold off just a small amount. So I think this V shape right here is kind of saying that there was some selling pressure, but then the buyers said, no, we're going to buy this thing back up. And that's where it was basically like holding along this 50-day moving average. So just to give some perspective, like if this, after the earnings, if it dropped back all the way down to the 200-day moving average, I would say, okay, there's nothing really to talk about. But because it did hold at this key indicator, what I think is a key indicator, the 50-day moving average, I think that's really important. Not only did it hold there, it shot right back up to basically the earnings, the price it was on the earnings date. So I hope that makes sense. I think that's a good sign for the stock right there. Okay, so we talked about the post earnings price action. Now I want to talk about what's next. What could be next? So looking at it again, like I'm not looking at these crazy returns in 3 months. I'm not looking at these prices over here. I'm thinking that if I've seen charts like this before, because we've had this huge spike here and it sold off, it came back down, it's behaving, near this 50-day moving average. It took off again. We had an earnings, which earnings are super important. They're reporting their financials, the earnings per share, the revenue, the expenses, their forward guidance. And after that, the price did drop, but then it came right back up to this, this pre-earnings price. And there's a bull case and a bear case. The bear case is that it just goes down, because of, just there's going to be more selling pressure. Maybe this was just a short-lived, let's say the trend is just down and this is just a last-ditch effort for these buyers to buy it back up, but maybe the overall trend is going to be down. So that's like a bearish situation where the price is going to go lower. Now, for a bullish or the price moving higher case, what I would say is this price right here, this key price, I don't know what exactly it is. It's somewhere around here. I would say if this price can hold at this level and even start to go above, and let's say hit like the $200 price point, that could show a lot of strength. There's a lot of buyers and they want to buy this thing back up to this high right here and even the other highs. The way this stock behaves, there's a lot of ups and downs. There's a lot of risk in this stock. So anyways, I wanted to share that. And the last thing I wanted to share was, the stock went public in '02. And prior to all this excitement recently, the previous highs were at, it looks like 60 or 70, let's say 75, I don't know, the dollars a share, back in '08 or in 2013. So kind of a bullish case for this stock is these current prices have dwarfed these previous highs. So I just think that's interesting to look at as well. So again, I'm not recommending this stock. Just going back to the disclaimer, I'm not a financial advisor and this YouTube channel does not contain any kind of financial advice. So anyways, I hope I kind of gave you some insights as to what could be next, a bearish or a bullish scenario. And again, if you've liked this video, please click the thumbs up. I'd love to hear your thoughts in the comments. And click subscribe for more straightforward chart analysis and then ring the bell so you get access to our latest videos. Thanks for watching.